What's up guys, VitalSyntax here, and the other day the Nvidia Shield was finally released for purchase. They had originally pushed the release date back a couple weeks, but that's okay. And in this video I don't really want to talk too much about the Shield itself, but I wanted to talk about some of the software it uses, and specifically a new piece of software that's coming from Nvidia. It's not released quite yet, and I'll talk about that in a second. With the Nvidia Experience application that they've recently launched into open beta, and that is the option called ShadowPlay, which we'll talk about in just a second. So let me go over the basics of the Nvidia Shield if you don't know what it is. It essentially allows you to stream games from your gaming PC over your Wi-Fi network to a handheld controller with a built-in screen that runs on Android. So you can play something like Skyrim, something like Battlefield, something like BioShock Infinite on max settings at 720p. You can't play it at 1080p because the resolution of the screen is 720p, and stream that wirelessly to a controller. So if you wanted to play your PC games not at your desk, not wherever your PC is located, but somewhere else, maybe say on the porch or on the couch or in bed or something like that, it would allow you to do that, and it does it extremely well with very low input latency. And I'll put a link in the description to a great review that also showed some of the games that were running over Wi-Fi from some guys on YouTube called PC Perspective, which is also a really great channel for hardware reviews and things along those lines. But anyway, one of the pieces of technology that this piece of hardware uses with Nvidia Shield is the built-in H.264 encoder that's built into the GTX 650 and higher. So you have GTX 650, 660, 660 Ti, 670, 680, as well as the 700 series cards as well, that allows you to compress the video that's going to be streamed over your Wi-Fi network and then decompressed by the Nvidia Shield itself, which is a really, really powerful codec that's used as well by YouTube, by a lot of other web players. They'll use the H.264 or X.264 codec, which are very similar. Now, one of the issues if you try and use a codec like that on your PC in normal software-based solutions like DxTory or Fraps or something, or Bandicam, is that you have to use a lot of CPU resources to compress your video. There's a huge advantage of using a codec like that versus an uncompressed codec like the Lagrange Lossless codec or the just default Fraps or default DxTory codec, is that your files are much smaller, and the quality is still extremely good, but you typically have to use that CPU performance to compress it, and it's going to decrease your frame rate. Whereas with a hardware-based encoder like this, it's similar to how a capture card works, like the AverMedia Live Gamer HD or something along those lines, has very, very low, like 1 to 2% or even lower CPU performance, because it actually has a hardware-based chip that's built into the graphics card. Now, they were going to release alongside the Nvidia Shield, Nvidia's ShadowPlay program, and they were supposed to release it alongside with the GeForce Experience 1.6 update, which actually came out the same day that the Nvidia Shield was launched, but they decided to push it back again, which is kind of frustrating, but at the same time is understandable because it is a completely new piece of technology, and I'm sure they had to push out the Nvidia Shield first because they had already delayed that. And once they got that out, now they're going to be starting to work quite a bit harder on ShadowPlay option for PC gamers to record gameplay. So at this point, the program and the ability to record with that built-in H.264 encoder with an Nvidia ShadowPlay is not available. It's going to be available very soon, though. They don't have an estimated release date yet, but I will keep you guys updated either in a YouTube video once it's posted with showing how to work and how it works and how to set it up for people that want to record PC gameplay. And if you are somebody that's interested in that, or if you're somebody like me that already does record gameplay and records it all the time, this is extremely exciting because it's essentially going to allow us to record just like we had a capture card without a capture card and without screen tearing, because instead of going over to display signal like the AverMedia Live Gamer HD or any other capture card works, it actually grabs the frames directly from the GPU buffer. And I'm not going to talk too much in detail about the technical aspects of that, but if you want to see my review of the Live Gamer HD, there's a link in the description. But I did decide after that review to return it, and I've gone back to using DxTory with the Motion JPEG codec for now, at least until Nvidia Shield, or until the Nvidia ShadowPlay option comes out. Hopefully it's good. Hopefully it's not too buggy at first, and hopefully it has a lot of options for things like audio, inputs and outputs, as well as resolutions and frame rates and things along those lines. But I just wanted to let you know that if you're interested in the Nvidia Shield, that has finally been released and available for purchase if you're interested. I think it looks really awesome. The build quality is great, and it definitely performs extremely well with that live streaming option or streaming option over your network. For playing PC games. Just, I don't know if I would want to use it in something like Battlefield, because it's more of a competitive situation, but if you're playing like a racing game, sports games, maybe even like an RPG like Skyrim, it's a really, really cool device. So anyway, thanks for watching the video. Hopefully you found it enjoyable and helpful, and if you did, feel free to leave a like or a favorite. And if you're new around here, don't forget to subscribe, because I do videos like this every day. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.